Good. What was it like for you waiting for Mr. Right? Was it a challenging time?
To tell you the truth, I wasn't actually waiting, because I thought to myself, if I'm going to be single, that is okay. I was really, to tell you the truth, I was really, really happy about it.
Nigerian singer, songwriter, and senior worship leader at Loveworld, Sinach Egbu, has opened up about her marriage. According to her, she wasn't waiting for Mr. Right during her singlehood, but rather focused on being content beyond marriage. If you recall, Sinach married at a later age at 41 and had her first child at 46. She shares here that during those years of waiting, she did not suspend her joy. Sinach believes that true fulfillment comes from pursuing and fulfilling God's vision for one's life. Sinach suggests that being content with where God has placed you is key to happiness, and it should not be dependent on marital status. She highlights the importance of finding joy, happiness, and fulfillment in pursuing the calling that God has upon your life. Hear her.
And so you must come to the place where you are content beyond married, and then you can find a man that has the same purpose. But if you are not content being married, it is unlikely that you'll be content being married, because your contentment doesn't come from being married or not being married. Your fulfillment comes from the vision, fulfilling God's vision for your life. And that's what happened to me. The key is to be content with where God has placed you, because your happiness is not coming from your husband. Your happiness is not coming from anywhere else, but your joy, happiness, and fulfillment will come from the calling that God has upon your life. Fulfilling it. That is an eternal, the secret of happiness. Pursuing the things that God has placed in you.
For Christian singles still at the stage of waiting, take these 5 valuable keys from this video. 1. Embrace contentment. One of the major keys in this video you will hear is contentment. Sinach kept using that word because it's her secret to finding her goal. Today, most of our singles, especially the ladies, have rejected contentment. They won't start small or even begin with someone that doesn't have a car. Singles, please, instead of anxiously waiting aimlessly for Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, focus on being content and joyful in your current season. And in your contentment, trust that God has a purpose for your singleness. 2. Prioritize God's vision. Seek fulfillment in pursuing the vision that God has for your life. Understand that your ultimate joy and happiness come from aligning with His will, not from being in a relationship. 3. Look for shared purpose. When considering a potential partner, prioritize someone who shares a similar purpose and vision. This alignment can contribute to a more fulfilling and God-centered relationship. 4. Avoid dependency on marriage. Recognize that your happiness should not be solely dependent on your marital status. True contentment comes from a deeper connection with God, who is the original one behind the idea of marriage and fulfilling His purpose for your life. 5. Cultivate internal fulfillment. Focus on the eternal perspective of happiness. Pursue the things of God that He has placed in your heart, knowing that your ultimate fulfillment comes from serving Him and living out His calling for you. I hope that this blesses you. Share this video to every single in your DM. God bless you.